All right, guys, so we're here today to do an overview on the OS on the Nintendo Switch 2, show you guys some of the new sound effects, some of the new things that the OS may have. Even though it's very similar to the original Switch now with the update that it got there's still some cool things here and some performance improvements and stuff like that that we want to talk about here today. So let's go ahead and get into the video.
Gaming tech, eating brekkie is the gaming tech. Going for a brekkie is the gaming tech. Gaming tech is the gaming tech. Gaming techie.
All right, guys, so here we are at the main menu here. So the first thing we're going to talk about here is the icons on the bottom. Now I'm going to go ahead and raise the volume here. This is actually raising the volume on my Bluetooth speaker. I'm going to disconnect that for the time being because that's how I was using it before. Okay, there we go. So we're on the system here. So again, we're going to start off with the bottom here. Now these are the sound effects that you guys are going to hear as each one opens. So for example, when you're scrolling through, very similar to the sound effects from before. And then of course you still have the very similar icons over here as you scroll through them. And then when you hit show more, you have the familiar interface that you're used to. You can filter by downloaded software or all. You can reorder them by longest playtime, shortest play, by title, by publisher, nothing new there. And then you can create your own groups. You can sort your favorite titles however you want using themed groups. So that is something that, I had on my other Switch that I'll have to set up on here as my library gets larger and larger. But one of the things that is improved now, I don't have a lot of games on here currently right now, but the improvement that is noticeable, I've seen videos of people talking about it as well, is that you know how before on the Switch 1, when you used to have a gigantic library and you used to scroll up and down, it would never keep up with the actual titles on here because it would always struggle loading the images. That does not happen anymore at all. It will scroll through and actually keep the image cached, and it doesn't have to keep refreshing the images over and over again. So your pictures of your games that you're scrolling will do a lot better than it used to be. There's another cool sound effect that's new. So there's that one when you click the software button there. Love the sound effect. And then when you back out. So these sound effects are all new. They're not like the Switch 1, and I think they all sound fantastic in my opinion. So here at the bottom here, the first thing we have here is the Nintendo Switch Online. There's another new sound effect here. It tells you who's using it. And this is the app that you're used to and stuff, but performs much better, scrolls much better. You can see the new interface here for stuff that you can redeem for points. You can see the OS is much snappier. I know it's not like a complicated OS, but the Switch 1 performed terribly when it came to loading this stuff. This is much better here, scrolling through the different things that you want to look at. You got your missions and rewards and stuff, all the stuff that you're used to on the Switch 1, but everything here is just much snappier, much easier to load. And obviously this is running on my Wi-Fi. And it just, as you can see, it runs so much better than it used to. You have this whole entire Nintendo Switch Online. It shows you all the games that have online play, the app stuff, your saved data, that's all on here. Your expansion pack stuff, like the new Zelda expansion that you can get, the Nintendo GameCube. You can upgrade Zelda to the Switch 2 edition. All that stuff is all here. Back out again to the main menu. You have your game chat here. Who will be using game chat is the first thing it asks you, and then you click on your name. And then, of course, as you're clicking through your name here, it's going to say resuming game chat setup. So you're going to go ahead and hit continue here. With game chat, you can chat with your friends while you play all together anytime, anywhere during game chat open access, which will last until March 31st, 2026, like we know. You'll be able to use game chat without a Nintendo Switch Online subscription. So right now it's free, but it will be required with a Nintendo Switch Online if you want to continue using it afterwards. So that's fine. It's telling you to read the terms and conditions here. So I'm actually excited to use game chat. I know, I did an unboxing of the camera that I got and stuff like that. I know some people really don't care about it. To use game chat, you'll need to confirm your phone number via text message. You'll need your smartphone, so make sure it is nearby. So you can see it's telling us to scan the QR code. So we're going to go ahead and do that right now. Just go ahead and sign in. And it's telling me on my phone to put in my phone number. So I'm doing that here on the side. So it does require a phone number for you to use game chat. And then it's asking me for the verification code, which I just got on my phone. Then I'm verifying that code. The phone number has now been linked to my account, and now it is continued. To use game chat, you'll need to approve friends for chatting, approve them, and you'll be able to see chat invites that they send. So you can select all your friends that can send you like approval for game chat. I'm just going to select every single person here because Obviously, I got no reason to deny anyone. When using Game Chat, sign into your own account. When using Game Chat to best protect your privacy, it's recommended you never let anyone else use your account. Please respect others so everyone can enjoy Game Chat. If you experience something in Game Chat that makes you feel uncomfortable, please report it. So there you go. Setup has been complete. That's how you set up Game Chat here. And now when you open it up, you can go to your chat list and invite anybody. No joinable chat sessions are available. When you get invites, chats will show up here. So that's what you'll see on there. Obviously, I don't have any invites right now. You can also go to create a chat, and then you can select different people from your list. Obviously, I can't select anyone because none of these people have a Switch 2 and set anything up. So because they haven't set anything up to allow me to invite them, then obviously I can't do this with them. And then, of course, you have your settings. You can go to chat approved friends, as you can see here. So you can change that if you need to. Mute microphone when entering a chat session if you want, report, and the terms and conditions. So that is Game Chat when you're looking at it through there. The next session here, again, sound effect. There you go. That's the sound effect for news. Love it. And there you go. This is the articles section. So you have all the articles that you're kind of used to and stuff like that. And you can see how much faster everything just loads. That's kind of the big deal here. Everything just loads super quick. It's a lot more fun to actually look at this stuff because it doesn't take forever to load. You can bookmark certain ones and stuff. And then they also have a new discovery tab. And this is going to be to discover new things when they want to announce stuff like new releases and stuff based on the description that they gave. So really cool. The news section has always been good, but it always just sucked on how long it took to load. Now we don't have that problem. Speaking of, Nintendo eShop. Love the sound effect for that. Again, all their sound effects are fantastic. But even on launch day here, when everyone's been using this, the Nintendo eShop for me has performed great. I downloaded Zelda, 20 gigabyte game on here, and it took like about 8 minutes right here on launch day, and I've had no issues with it. You can see everything is loading really snappy. The Nintendo eShop is completely redone, so you got like your search and browse now, played by your friends, genre, all that stuff. Everything is just organized by gameplay style now. You have For You, when they want to recommend stuff to you. You have your own personal wish list. You have great deals that are on here. You have best sellers, which is great, that you can see on either the Switch 1 or the Switch 2. You have recent releases, coming soon, Nintendo Switch Online, and enter code. And you can see just how snappy everything is on here. It works so much better when you're opening stuff up, just to go back and forth and actually look at things and have things not take forever to load and just run like complete garbage like it did on the original system. And, all of this stuff just works so much better. Scrolling through images, full screening images, and just going back and forth and, looking at stuff and looking at ones that have trailers and stuff, as you can see here. Look at how fast that trailer just loaded. It's just great. All of it is just working super well. As you guys can see how fast that actually is moving along. So back out of that, back onto the main screen. So the next thing we have here at the bottom is the album. So here on the album, as you can see, after capturing screenshots or videos, come here to the album to view and edit them. To take a screenshot, just tap the circle button, as you guys are seeing here, which is the capture button, which is this button right here on the left. To capture video, press and hold the button instead, and the system will take a clip of the last 30 seconds of gameplay you just had. Fill up this album with the moments you want to remember. So obviously I don't have any in here right now, so I'm just gonna take a screenshot of something, like my main menu, and I'm just gonna go into my album here just to show you guys what the main menu looks like. Now when you have a game capture in here, you have all these different things now that let you sort it. You can upload to a smart device, you can copy it to the micro SD card so it's easy to share. You can copy it to the system memory, so it makes it easy there. You can filter things by either screenshots or videos, which is great. You got things that you have either on the system memory or micro SD card slot. You have things that are by the person who took it, which is really cool. So you have all these filters that are gonna show up here. There'd be more filters here if I had more. For example, I'm gonna take one more here. I'm gonna go into Mario Kart Worlds here just for a second, and you will see that it will now create a screenshot of the actual game, and it will make that a category. If somebody sends you something and that person's tagged in it, then that person will show up, like you just saw my Your Gaming Techie one. So boom, I just took that picture here and screen captured. So if I go ahead and come out of here and go back to the album, now you can see I have two screenshots, right? Well, now if I go into my filter, you can see I now have a filter for not just me, which is this one here, who took it because I'm the one who took that screenshot. But and like again, this will fill up with different ones of your friends if they send you screenshots and stuff. But now games can also be categorized as well, so you can easily see things that you took in specific games, which was not the case before. So this is much better. The filtering is much better. The fact that it actually filters by people who took the picture is awesome. The fact that it's all sorted by different games is all there. And you can have up to 30,000 images on here, which is fantastic, obviously. And you can obviously reorder from newest to oldest. So much better improvement that you can go into. So if you go into upload settings here, you can see your upload status. So you can upload them wherever you want them to. Automatic uploads, and I'm going to go ahead and do that. You can upload them automatically. I have to do that on my other Switch, so I get some of my screenshots over here that I don't currently have. But yeah, this is fantastic and it works super good. And you can see those screenshots and videos now on your Nintendo Switch app on your phone as well. So that's obviously awesome, which is the whole point of uploading that. So it's uploading to the Nintendo servers and then you can access them on your phone. The next tab you have here is Game Share. You can play together using software that supports Game Share, the person sharing wanting to start a session while playing a compatible game. So you can either join one or you can start one. So if you're about to look at here with Game Share, it will just tell you the instructions, how to start a game session, launch a compatible game to start Game Share within that game. Both Nintendo Switch 2 and the Nintendo Switch systems can join locally. So this is like reminiscent of things like the original DS and stuff like that, where you were able to have multiple DSs and it would share a local copy with only one copy of the game on one Switch. If you have two of your other friends over, you can do that in Mario Kart, for example, and everyone can play the Mario Kart game with you, even if they don't have a copy of the game while they're sitting right next to you, and everyone can be playing the game on their own Switch. So this is really cool that this feature is now being touted. I hope that a lot of developers add it. This is going to be awesome that, you know, we have something like the DS Lite again. Kind of coming back here, which I think is obviously great. And this is how you would join one if there was one. Who's starting the session? Is it someone locally or is it somebody in a game chat session? So you can also start one in a game share with not just local people, but also in a game chat. So really, really cool that that is now a part of the system there. And then of course you have your controllers, so you can change the grip order, search for controllers, how to pair, how to use, and obviously one of the new things here is how to use your mouse controllers. Which goes to this little tutorial on, you know, how to use your mouse controls and how to snap the little thing on your controller to actually use it in mouse control mode, and then it's kind of showing you how to actually display it and stuff like that, as you guys are seeing. So we're going to go ahead and exit that, but it shows you how to do that, which is great. And then you got your virtual game cards, definitely something new that a lot of people are going to have to get used to. Virtual game cards, you have to load it onto your system if it's not there yet. These are all the games that I have on here, but these are not games that I have installed. Virtual game cards, think of it like a physical game card, but for digital games. So you can go ahead and click on something, for example, and you can either load it on this system, so that quote unquote digital game is now on the system and you could use it anytime you want. You could load it on another system, so if you have another Switch or something, you could load it on that Switch and pass it to them. You could lend it to a family member, so if they're part of your family group, you can go ahead and lend games back and forth to your family members for up to 14 days at a time. It is only with family members though. You can't lend it to random friends and stuff like that, from what they said. So you have to be a part of the family group, which is a little unfortunate. So you should be able to lend it to whoever you want. Maybe that will change over time. But you can see the details here of the game, and then you can load it. And if you lend it to someone, it will just go to them and then come back to you automatically after 14 days. They don't have to like return it to you and you have to worry about getting it back, which is good. But yeah, all of these games are the ones that I have. So like I said, you can either load it on the system if you need to, transfer it from another system, or load it to family and friends. You have all these filters here on the side to reorder. You can quick load all these, so you can just load a bunch of ones you want to load at the same time, so you don't have to do them one at a time. You can filter things that are on this system, load it on another system, so you can see all these different ones loaded on this system, or the ones that I have actually downloaded on here. The ones that aren't loaded on any system is obviously the big category that I have right now. You have software, downloadable content, if you want to scroll through that, so you can see DLC. You can see upgrade packs as well. If you want to look at those are obviously all new categories. You can reorder them by date acquired, oldest, title, and published. So all of that is there for you, so you're all set to go with the virtual game cards and us getting used to that. We'll dive more into this when I do my full review on the Nintendo Switch. Then you got your system settings on here. Nothing too crazy in here. You got your support, your airplane mode, your screen brightness that we're used to. Bluetooth audio, which is awesome. I was just using that. It works great for my setup that I actually can use the switch with Bluetooth audio either on headphones or speakers. So I have that on my PC setup, so I can use this with my Bluetooth speakers that I have on my PC and not have to worry about it, which is great. It does work really well. I was using it before. Obviously your internet and stuff like that, nothing crazy there. Your parental controls, your accessibility, your data management for micro SD and system memory, for moving things back and forth if you want to manage it. Users that you have on here, obviously I only have myself on here, but you could add more. You got your controllers here to change the grip order and all that stuff. You can update your controllers right here. You have mouse controls that you can turn on and off, and the mouse sensitivity, which is new on here. You can update your Switch camera if you have one connected. You can test your USB camera, which I did a video on when I was connecting my official camera. So you guys can check out that video that's already posted. Then you got your audio here that you can switch it either from your system or your Bluetooth, wherever you want to go. TV, virtual surround sound if you want those options turned on. And all that stuff on here. You got your display if you want to make sure HDR is turned on, your TV resolution, and all that stuff is all set. Your screen resolution, all that stuff is all here. 120 hertz mode is enabled. HDR output and all that stuff is for all software, or just if you want it for all software, it's here. If you want it to just compatibility. So all software means even if the game doesn't support HDR, it's still going to turn on like HDR anyway. Or you can just do it for games that actually fully support HDR. You got your Mii's here if you want to create a Mii. You got your Amiibos. You got your basic light and dark. Please give us themes, Nintendo, thanks. Your notifications that you usually have on here. Your sleep mode that you can, set everything on here, and your system for updates and dock updates and stuff. So nothing too crazy in the setting that's new from before. All that stuff is on here. But yeah, that's pretty much an overview of the system software on here. You obviously, if you click on this, it brings you to your friends list just like it used to here. You got your most played activity. You got your invites that show up on here from game chat and online gameplay. You got your friends list on here. You can add friends here the same way you're always used to for friend codes and searching people nearby and stuff like that. None of that has changed. You can edit your icon and all that kinds of stuff. So that is pretty much it for the OS, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys have any questions, as always, leave it down below. If not, thank you guys for watching. Until next time.